YouTube! Hello, everybody! Hello, hello, it is Rarity Fangirl, and we are here. This is from the live stream that I have done to the reaction to the end of 7s. We just finished Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, and now I'm going to be ranking all of these lovely characters. So we're going to be ranking everybody. We have our tiers and whatnot. We have the King of Duels tier, which is like basically who I think is so good. They need to be in their own category. We have the rest of my top 10, probably in no particular order at this current time. I don't think I can put them in order, but it's who I think are top 10. The underrated characters, who I just think are very underrated, those are just generally good. Mixed feelings about how I feel about the character, and then the cross my lines category. So let's first start off with Yoshio. So Yoshio is Mimi's son, and I think he's very underrated. I like his character a lot. I really liked him in the beginning. I liked that duel he had with his mom, learning, you know, to stand up for himself. And he's just been overall really nice, supportive character, as well. But yes, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Yes, Tomato, absolutely. So I think he goes into the underrated category. We have the dishwasher duel. I think he's in the cross my lines category because he's a cheater. He's a filthy cheater, and I don't like cheaters. So, I think he goes in the cross my lines category. So we have the 3 students from the space club. They were useful, but they're so forgettable, I don't really remember them. So they're gonna go in the bottom tier. I really don't remember them that much. So I don't think, that is where that is. Yeah. So we already have quite a few down here. I probably could have done all this other stuff. All right. Our Noodle Man, the Subaru Man, I think he's underrated. I liked him quite a bit. I think he's pretty cool. I don't think he gets to be in the top 10, but I think he's pretty good, so... I like him. I like his Seiyu is, like, very much into playing ramen ninja noodles, so he's cool. So I'd say he gets to go in here. We have, Mr. Meme Machine of Dylan's, community. We have Mr. Grill Guy himself. I think, like, he got a duel, right? I don't know. I don't have a meme category. I feel like we should put a meme category here. But meme? Yeah, let's do meme. Yeah. Let's put him in the meme category. I think he deserves to be a meme. He's just kind of a meme. So we're putting him in the meme category. Alright, now we have Sushiko. The fact that Sushiko beat Roman is kind of ridiculous, but I think she's also kind of a meme. I think she deserves to go in the meme category. All right, let's get into the first real character to talk about. Like, well, first like major character. Gakuto gets to go in top 10. Gakuto, I love this character. I love this character. Gakuto is so well written. Like, I think he's funny. He is very cute. And I love his deck. I like what he stands for with the Sogetsu style, wanting to evolve it. And while he, unfortunately has the Gakuting thing, as chat is pointing out right now, I don't think that deteriorates. The only real complaint I have about Gakuto is that I don't think he had enough screen time. And that has nothing to do with the ranking. That's just, I think, how the writers were. So, Gakuto is very much up there. So, Hunt? I have mixed feelings on Hunt. So, Hunt, while he probably could theoretically go in the cross my lines categories, I liked Hunt at the beginning of the show before he turned into a greedy little monster. I think Hunt was really cute. I liked when he was using his detection skills in like Arc 2. I thought he was really cool. But of course we know what happened to him. So he probably, that's why he's in the mixed feelings category. These are usually for characters that I liked at one point and now kind of don't. Yeah, we know that Dylan does not like Hunt, but that's totally fair. The main professor dude, I mean, I remember him enough, so I guess we can put him in the meme tier, I guess. I remember him, I like his design. Yeah, is he forgettable? I don't know. I guess he's kind of a meme because he says Saurus all the time, so I guess he's a meme. So, I guess I'll put him in here. Other Jurassic guy, he's forgettable. I don't even remember his name. Just to go here. All right, we have, I believe this is, actually, chat, is this Goha number 6? Is this 006? I'm gonna scroll down. Do we have him on here? Is this Goha 66? Right? This is Goha 66, right? I think. This is Goha 66. Like, he is so minor and forgettable. This is Goha 66, okay. I feel like he's also forgettable, but he's kind of a memey old man, so I guess we'll put him in a meme, I guess. I guess Goha gets to be a meme, I guess. I liked the idea we had these salarymen, right? Like, who were thrown off the company. I think that's really interesting. So, I think that's neat. President Goha goes in mixed feelings because President Goha didn't really do anything, right? It was literally just like, they were hyping us up to make us think that President Goha was going to do something, right? And then he just doesn't. Because obviously he's the drone. Which, I don't see Doll on here, so I guess that counts for Doll, I guess. So, I don't really know. So, Mr. Goha, or President Goha, whatever you want to call him, Mr. Goha, I feel like he could have had some potential as, like, this really... Is that Doll? I guess Mr. Goha slash Doll, I guess. Like, I guess that's kind of like my thing, is that I think they could have done more with that character. Like, with, like, the president of the company, and, like, especially if there was a connection to the Goha siblings, right? I think they could have done some stuff, but, yeah, go to the mixed feelings category. Tiger gets to be in top 10. There's no question about it. Tiger is an amazing character. I love Tiger. She has a cool deck. She has a cool voice actress in English and Japanese. She has a cool gimmick with her breath, as well as her martial arts. She's had so many good duels throughout the show as well. I don't think there's a single Tiger duel I didn't like. The duel with her and Asana is one of my favorites in the show. It made me cry my eyes out. Oh my gosh. So good. So Tiger is definitely in the top 10. I don't know if she's top 5. Again, I'm not ranking the top 10 right now. We're just putting them in the category. But yeah, Tiger is definitely easy top 10. The guy who has draw syndrome, I actually think he's kind of underrated. I forget his name. But what I liked about him is that, you know, he was a student council president. He was trying to host rush duels in secret. And while he is, Janko is kind of, Janko? Yeah, thank you, chat. You guys remember all these names. Thank you, Janko. Well, he is kind of a meme, but, like, I liked his character, right, of trying to, like, still provide for his community. And I like his voice actor, and I like his, the symbolism with his, revolutionary ants. I thought that was cool, so. Alright, we have the newspaper club. So, I think the newspaper club, like, I actually think newspaper guy is kind of underrated, and the other two, I think, are in, like, the underrated category. I mean, the minor character, but I really like him. I think he's pretty underrated. We might move some of these around. I think he's really cool. He had a lot more duels than you would expect. Oh, his VA sung the first ending for Go Rush? Oh, that's cool. So he sung One Way? That's cool. Thanks for the fun fact, Tyler. But yeah, I think that I really liked, his, like, how he grew from, like, wanting to really start reporting on the truth from the lies in the beginning. And I think he had a lot of screen presence. And they used, like, the newspaper club, the noodle guys, and, like, everybody really well in the first few arcs. They did a good job of keeping the minor characters relevant to the plot, which I really liked. Kaizo. Kaizo either goes in underrated or top 10, but I'm trying to think who else goes in the top 10. Okay, I guess we're gonna put Kaizo in underrated. I like Kaizo a lot. I think he's funny. He does a lot, and I liked they had focus on him at some point. So I think specifically that Kaizo does a lot for the show. It's always funny how Yuga likes to modify him. And by the way, we're only taking 7s into account in this ranking, by the way. So Kaizo and Yuga, obviously, and Otis, we're only considering them in their show. So we're not counting Go Rush in here. But not that Kaizo does too much. I think Kaizo gets to be underrated GOAT. Asana is easy top 10. And I think Asana is probably in my top 3. Asana is my favorite female character in this show. I love Asana. I love what she stands for as this very noble and strong and honorable woman who was very much wanting to, you know, restore her family after, especially because we know the context because of Go Rush, right? But even without that, I think she's a great character. I love her interaction with R6. R6 isn't on the tier list. I would have put R6 in underrated. Asana's best girl. Yeah. How would I rank Otis? I'll talk about how I would rank Otis with the Go Rush knowledge when we get to Otis. We're not there yet. But yeah, Asana, fabulous character. I love her deck. I like her whole vibe, and I think they utilized her very, very well. Of course, she wasn't in the main group as often, but I'd say, like, if we're comparing her right to Roa and to Nail, I feel like Asana was used arguably the best. I just really like how they used her character, and I think she's fantastic. And plus, of course, she's next to Tiger, yes. Asashi and Haruchi for life. Alright, we have the other guy from Heavy Cavalry Club. I don't really know how to feel about him. He had more of a presence. I say the entire Heavy Cavalry Club trio had more of a presence, but I don't remember him, so we're putting him at the bottom. Just not really remembering. We have Pigeon Dude. Okay, Pigeon Dude, low-key underrated, chat. And I'm gonna tell you why. His backstory was really, really cool. And his dedication to Asana after saving her and him and the pigeon. I guess I'll rank him with the pigeon. I guess we'll put that in here and underrated. I think they're pretty cool. And I liked their duel with Luke. It was very funny. Like, yeah, I think there's a lot they could have done. Yeah, Caterpillar had a lot of potential. I agree. But yeah, Pigeon Guy, I thought that they were cool. Yeah, Pigeon gets more respect than the Pigeon Dude he does. Yeah. So Caterpillar, who's down here. They could have done a lot more of him. I don't have a missed potential category, but I feel like all the minor characters who are forgettable is probably in your missed potential category to an extent, but yeah. So I like Pigeon Guy and the Pigeon. Galliant! I really like him. He gets to go up here. I really liked him a lot. Now, I love Tazaki, of course, in Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. I think he's also very underrated, so I'm not surprised that Galliant himself is. I think that he has a really interesting relationship with Asana. Very much like a familial figure. I don't know if he's actually an elementary schooler or it's like Mimi, right, with pretending. But I personally feel that he did a great job with Asana. And I personally just really like his deck too. And I think the entire Heavy Cavalry Club, that we have most of them in the underrated shows that I really like that group. I really like their dynamic and I thought he was great. His thing with Ronzane was a little weird, but yeah, so it's the bit. Okay, that's just a bit. Okay. All right. Mimi goes in top 10. Mimi deserves to be in the top 10. Mimi, like, is Mimi kind of a meme? Did she never win a duel? Yes and yes. But Mimi, as somebody who grew up with a single mom for a lot of her life, I very much respect Mimi. Raising her son, trying to do everything she can to provide for her family, while of course wanting to pursue her professional development. I respect a career-oriented woman, right? I respect Mimi, and I like her deck a lot. I like that her Dying Keto changes. Mimi's an incredible character. She didn't need to win duels to be cool, and she's definitely, I think, the best mom in Yu-Gi-Oh! And whatnot. So Mimi definitely deserves a spot in the top 10. I think that's pretty much well earned here. Tuna Guy goes in the meme category. I like him saying tuna, but aside from that, he's a meme. So we're gonna put him in the meme category. MF, we're not talking about the archive manga here. Please, please, no. Anyway, so Tuna Guy goes in the meme category. Nail is another easy top 10. Nail. What else can you say about it? It's Nail. Like, I don't even think I have to explain to you why Nail is great. He has a maximum. He's a really, really cool foil for Yuga on his, like, creator of games kind of side. I think that he has some really cool duels. I love his duel of Kakuto. Yes, his Seiyu is really, really awesome. And Providence, Setsui, yeah, Providence, right? Just fantastic. It's always Providence, right? So Nail, easy in the top 10. Cat Guy, he gets to go in the meme category. If we were including Go Rush, I would include him in underrated, as I like the way they utilized him in Go Rush in that episode. I thought that was brilliant, but we're only talking about sevens here. Yeah, he's just a lot of dumb fun. His trolling with Luke is very, very funny. So I think that's really interesting. Seat Bastion is also underrated. I love this guy. I love Seat Bastion. I think he's great. I think he has a lot of, like, he's really funny. Him and Kaizo's character development in Arc 3 was really good. There was, like, some drone yaoi a little bit, and that was great. See, okay, put Sea Passion next to Kaizo. Yeah, for the drone Yaoi, we have to put the drones together. There we go. There we go. We have the drone Yaoi together. There we go. Yes, they were so good. They were perfect. Best robot, the best drones. I actually got emotional over them. So, yeah, the drone Yaoi was certainly some. The fact that Sea Bastion also kept dying, which was really funny. Like, it was like Zuijo. Just, it's like the whole keep dying thing. So that was funny. Oh yeah, he is the base for Maguro, you're right. But that's why he's a meme. I don't remember. I'm just gonna put, honestly, chat, all of the alien variants, I forget her. I'm gonna put them all together. I think there's more, but they're not on here. But they all go in the minor characters who are forgettable. They didn't really impact the story that much. The most memorable thing about them was their decks. You think Umiko should be a tier up? Why do we think is that the water one? Why do we think Umiko should be a tier up? I don't agree with that, but why? Why? The water one? Why should she be a tier up? I don't remember any of them really. She had a distinct character. Okay, I guess, but I don't think she goes in the cross my lines category. I guess maybe, I don't know. That's fair enough, fair enough. For me, she's definitely the most memorable, but I put them all here. I don't really remember them. All right. I almost want to save Otis for the end. Okay, we're going to skip Otis for right now. We're going to put Otis towards the end. I'm going to leave Otis for later because I need to think about other characters than Otis. I have a lot of thoughts to where to freaking put him. Princess G is underrated. I love Princess G. I think she is a fantastic character where I think that I think she was a great figure for Roman. I really liked her duel with Roman. And I think she was a really cool character, and I like that what she was trying to tell Roman in their final duel, and she also helped. She was basically the catalyst for Roman's character development. I'm glad she wasn't just some random person. It's nice to see one of these kids has a mentor figure who's an adult, who's like not a terrible person. Honestly, she's one of the only adults in the show, like besides like Luke's grandpa and like maybe the ramen guy, that are like actually decent human beings. And Yuga's mom, who's actually not on here. All right, we got Ronzane. Ronzane is also very underrated. I'm gonna put her brother in here too, because they're kind of together. Ronzane was very funny. I liked her Ronzane eyes. She was very, very funny. And I liked what her and her brother did to get Gakuto's memories back. I think they had a great dynamic, and honestly, oh yeah, Mimi is an adult. Yeah. Okay, Mimi, yeah. Besides Mimi. Okay, besides Mimi. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Mimi is an adult, yes. But like besides Mimi. Yeah, they were great. Excellent. I really liked them. Yes, her obsession with Yuga was very funny, United. Absolutely. I think that was very funny. But, yeah. So we have them in the underrated. They did a lot. They had some more characterization than I thought they would have had. So I'm happy for that. But I think they could have done more. Honestly, if you're in the underrated category, usually the reason you're just not in the top 10 is you didn't do more. Honestly. Like, Geta and, where is, and Ushio? They get to be in here too. They're also in the underrated category. Like, they were also really, really good. Like, nice, like, tier of character. And I really, 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 really like them. I think their, symbolism of Roa was great. Geta confessing to Roa using the Daisuke thing. So he loved Roa, and then Roa was a jerk to him. I felt so bad for him. Also, Geta-chan is voiced by Barrett Letty in the dub, so we have to respect the GOAT Barrett Letty and the Ushiro. And Ushiro is always funny. I think he's hilarious. What, do I even have to say Roman's in the top 10? Roman? She is fantastic. Roman, I can see why everyone says she's the best girl in Yu-Gi-Oh! From an objective standpoint, I feel like Roman deserves that title. She had great development. My only real problem with Roman was that, like, she didn't get enough focus in the second season, but, like, that's, again, an issue with the writing, not necessarily her character. Great deck, great idea, great aesthetic. I loved all her outfits. I think there's a tier list for ranking outfits. Maybe we'll do that on stream sometime. But yeah, Roman, and her insert song was beautiful. Are you ready? So I love that. Roa. I don't know what to do with Roa. Roa isn't underrated because he's very popular, but I don't think Roa's in my top 10. I'm gonna put Roa in mixed feelings. That doesn't mean he's bad. Hear me out. So, Roa, for me, as you guys know, if you followed me on this Twitter, let me explain my reasoning as to why Roa's he's in my mixed feelings category. Roa, I feel like at season 1, his character development was kind of like, as I've said this on Twitter before, his character development kind of comes out of nowhere. And while he does make up for it in the final arc, which I really did like, it was kind of a little too late. And while I do end up liking him, I don't think his execution was as good as it could have been. And that's what makes me disappointed, is that I think, like, it's one of those things where he's a great character, but I don't think the writing did him well, and there was a lot of things that I didn't like that they did. Yeah. But he's not in the Cross My Lines category where he was at the beginning of the show, so he moved up a tier from where he was when I was first watching the show, so Roa goes in mixed feelings. Really awesome insert song. I love his deck. Like, there's so many things about Roa I like, but I don't like him enough to be in the top 10, but I also don't think he's underrated, and he's not a meme, so this is, like, the best place I could feel about that for me. So Roa gets to go into the top 10. Again, that doesn't mean, the mixed feelings. I don't think Roa is a bad character. I just think there's some execution issues in there. And again, he's not underrated by the fandom, so I don't think he goes in this tier. The store owner was funny, but I think he's underrated. So we're not really talking about him. All right, guys. We have the first and probably only member, if I can drag it up, of the top tier. The King of Duels tier. We got Luke! We got Luke, chat. Luke is the best character in the show, bar none. Luke is funny. He has great characterization. He carries so many episodes where, like, he doesn't have any right. Yeah, Luke, I can't be in the tier list twice. Yes. Luke is the King of Duels. Luke, King of Duels. There we go. Luke, King of Duels. I guess it's basically the Luke tier. Like, Luke is so good. Like, I just think Luke is fantastic. I understand why people don't like Luke. Did he steal a lot of screen time? Yeah. And I think there are certain instances where Luke did not need to steal the spotlight. And I think he should have lost. I definitely think that Luke should have lost before that Yuga duel. And, like, it's barely even a loss, too. Like, I don't really feel like that duel was, like, anything majorly special. But I liked all of his gags. I liked his connection with the Luke man and Dragius. I love that. And what really values Luke is his connections to Roman and his connections to Yuga. Like, those were the storylines I was really invested in, like, character dynamic-wise, and Luke's in the middle of both of them. But, yeah, so, fantastic work. Yuga gets to be in the top. Actually, Yuga deserves to be in the King of Duels tier. Do I think Yuga's my second favorite character? No. But I think Yuga deserves to be in the King of Duels tier. Not just because he is the King of Duels alongside this guy, but also, Yuga is a very unique protagonist. He's like a mix of, like, Yuma and Yusaku is the way I like to think about Luke. I mean, not Luke, Yuga. I did not expect going into this show to like Yuga as much as I did. Of course, his personality in Go Rush I don't think is as different as you remember. Just for context, I've seen Go Rush first, just for context of people who don't really know if they're coming on this video randomly. But Yuga is a genius. He's fun. He sticks to his morals. And he's a really great protagonist. I don't think there's ever been a bad Yuga protagonist. There's been protagonists that I like more than others. But I really, really surprisingly liked Yuga. No. Luke is the number one. And I said, I don't even know if Yuga would be in here in terms of ranking. But Yuga's definitely high in the top 10. I think his actions and what he's done really prove that. He did some of the most amazing feats that I've seen a Yu-Gi-Oh protagonist do in this show alone. And his ingenuity, his selflessness, his boundless optimism, I feel like is something we can all, as a people, especially his message of you know, pursue your own road, make your own path if one doesn't exist, especially when people in power are trying to bring you down. So I think he's incredible. So for that message, for the message that Yuga represents alone, he deserves to be in this tier. All right, so Swirly. So Swirly, I separate from Goha Yuga. I'm gonna put Swirly in the underrated category, and Goha Yuga will rank separately. So Swirly is very, very cute. I like this idea of the big scary Goha Yuga being just in nature, just kind of shy little kid. But I think that I like his like whole like hanging around the group as well. I liked his dynamic. I think Swirly could have done more before the reveal. I feel like his character wasn't as prevalent in the story, I think, as much. As well. So I think it's really, really interesting. Yeah, it was really complicated shining when Yuga was in Goha, but like I also feel like that's because like he was using them to get what he wanted. Yeah, he's very much the Yugi to Goha Yuga's attempt, very absolutely. Eugene, Mr. Other tuna guy goes in the meme category. I think that's Eugene. Yeah, this is Eugene, yeah. Eugene's in the meme category. I liked him. I liked his dolphin friend, who is not in this tier list a lot. I like the dolphin. But, you know, I think that we have, I think that's a good way to put it. We have a follow, but I can't see who it is. Oh, Azriel, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, Azriel, welcome, welcome. Azriel, my goat. How are you? Azriel is one of my like coolest people. Azriel is the voice actor for Yuri in my in the Phantom Crew. So welcome, welcome, Azriel. Welcome, welcome. We have Yuri in the house, everybody. We have my lovable Yuri voice actor. So welcome, Azriel. Welcome, welcome. I don't know why your name didn't show up on the alert. Oh my gosh. But yes, Dolphin Friend was great. Dolphin Friend was great. You've been exposed. People know who you are, Azriel. Come on, come on. You've been exposed. I've posted about you before. It's fine. But yes, you've been exposed. But yeah. Tuna guy, really funny. Not a bad character. This thing's a meme. Yuka, though. Yuka top 10, bro. I love Yuka. I love Yuka so much. She's such a good character. I like her a lot. She is fabulous. Yeah, baseball. Yuka is fun. I think that she is very fun. I also realized we only have one person in the top 10 left. Man to put in there, which I think I know who I'm gonna put in there. She's really, really, really fun. I like her gimmick. I think out of all of the characters who are references, I think hers was done the best. I love her deck. I like her personality. And I really liked that she is very much the older sister to everybody else. And I think she is fantastic. Also, Baseball Utopia has a great deck, and I think she's a very fun character. Unfortunately, Euro, you have to go in underrated because I don't have room for you, but Euro would be in like the top 11. Unfortunately, Euro has to go to 11, but Euro, my go, Euro, voiced by Takuya, who plays Zuijo. I think Euro is really underrated, though. I think, honestly, the underrated category really works for him. Because as the leader of the Goha siblings, right, he's the oldest, right? He does a great job, I think, of being that older figure, but also he's the 5Ds reference. You guys know I like 5Ds. He has a great voice actor. I had a crack ship with him and Roman, if you guys have been following my Twitter account, which I think is really cute. Rock and Ride, best rare pair in Rush. Just gonna say, Rock and Ride, really good. And I also just like how he was, despite having defected from Goha initially, right? Because he, like, obviously lost the presidency. He was still hanging around his siblings and still very much cares. And Turbo Rush duels were cool. I wish they had different rules to the gameplay, but I really liked him, so very underrated. Really go. I think he's honestly one of the people who should be at the top of the underrated tier, so we're gonna put him here.
Welcome to the club.
Oh my god, another. Why is my text alerts not working, chat? Hello, Koyo! Welcome, welcome, and thank you for the follow. I do not know why our visuals aren't working on our things. That's really, really weird. I follow your Twitter account, so I was video views for you posted. Yeah, I tweet. I have a lot of Zuido Yudias. You guys already know this, though. You guys already know this. You guys know this. Because Luke is more important than visual. I guess so. Alright, so the drone, she's kind of forgettable, I guess. Put her in there, kind of. It's the Zui Yudi Paco. Zui Yudi. Okoyo. Okoyo also retweets that as well. So I think she's kind of forgettable as well. So, alright, I'm probably gonna upset a few of you in here for Yuo. Yuo goes in mixed feelings. Okay, let me hear you out for Yuo. I feel complicated about Yuo as I do about Roa. Well, I think that the fact that Yuo got a redemption episode-ish in a birthday party, which was really nice, and I love his deck, like, I feel like they could have handled his redemption a little better because he was memory lost for most of it, and it wasn't really clear to me, at least, when he got them back. I love Mediterranean as a deck. Mediterranean's a great deck. I think he's a good character, but I think they could have done a lot more with him. Especially because he is the Arc 5 rep. He's supposed to be Yuri and Yuya fused together, so I think Yuo could have been done a lot better. But I like the aesthetic of him. It's like him and Roa had such a good blueprint for characters, but I think the execution could have been a little bit better. Honestly, Euron, the Chizuku one, he goes in forgettable. I don't remember almost anything about this guy. I know he's the Vrains dude, and he's voiced by Soma Saito, who I love. But as a character, he has the least amount of character, I think, out of all of the Goha siblings. So I think he is definitely in that category. So we have these two. I don't remember them, like, really at all. I think they're from one of the recaps, so we're gonna skip those. Yeah, he is very quiet. Yeah, he's just kind of there. Yeah, we're gonna skip them. Undefeated, but there, yeah. Luke Man? Luke Man's kind of a meme, but like a good meme. You know, he's a good meme. Luke Man is a really cool concept. Luke Man is like just low-key a meme, but like a good meme. Like, all the meme characters are fun. Luke Man does not need to be in Luke Man does not need to be in King of Duels. Luke Man is not better than Luke. No. I don't know. I'm not putting him up there. I am not putting him up there. I am not. He did say it. He is a meme though, but like in the best way possible. Like, the meme tier does not mean the characters are bad, chat. It means they're really lovable memes. They're lovable memes. I don't need two Lukes up there, but he's technically not Luke. I can't double Luke. We're gonna leave him there. So let me get to why I put him here. So Luke Man, like, I think should be in Duel Links as an alt skin. I like what he stood for, but like, I don't necessarily feel like he needed to hijack the Goha siblings arc. I don't think so. Like, that's just my opinion. I don't really think so, but I like his dynamic. I love the episode where him and Yuga duel. I love the episode where him and Yuga duel. We say it twice, right? But overall, Luke Man is kind of in a meme. Cool meme, but still a meme. He's at the top of the meme tier though. I really like him. Nana? I don't really like her. She's in the Cross My Lines, which are the characters I don't like. I don't really like her. Pretty much at all. She had a one saving moment at the end. But, like, the fact she basically traumatized Yuga about, like, ladybugs for, like, years, and it probably very much was intentional, just doesn't sit right with me. I don't like her Go Rush counterpart either, so I don't think this is very, very surprising. So, Nana, just also, again, screwing with everybody. Yes. I like ladybugs. I love Marinette from Miraculous Ladybug. I don't hate ladybugs. I just don't like her. All right, Otis we're gonna do last. Otis is last. We'll put him at the end. We'll put him at last. The zombie dude is so forgettable. Actually, the zombie dude was funny. He gets to go in meme tier. The zombie guy, he was kind of, really funny. I kind of liked the zombie guy a little bit. I think he's in the meme. That episode was really, really funny. Plus, he got to do a Gakuto, so the GOAT. I love the great grandpa. Luke's great grandpa deserves to be an underrated. I love this guy. Like, I feel like he is like really like a nice, supportive, kind of quirky grandpa figure. Like him trying to understand Luke's Gios thing, and I think he very much cared about his grandchildren a lot. And I don't know where their parents are, so I'm guessing he's their legal guardian, so of course he took care of them, so I feel like that's a very good indication. Plus, he's voiced by Eric Stewart in the dub, so that makes him automatically cool. So yeah, good grandpa. And lastly, we have basically the two main villains of this show at the end here. We have Go Hyuga and we have Otis. Go Hyuga gets to be in the top 10. I love Go Hyuga. I love this character. You guys have seen it if you've been watching stream today and on my Twitter. I was waiting for this guy to show up. It was, of all the characters, before I started Sevens, there were 4 characters that I really wanted to meet. It was Nail, Asana, Tiger, and Go Hyuga. Because I knew Go Hyuga was a thing. I also knew he was swirly. That was kind of spoiled for me, but I didn't know how he was swirly or what the whole lore was behind it. But once he showed up, he blew me away. He blew me away. I love him. He's a great character. Paco, we're not doing this. No. But I really liked his whole motivation. I liked his dynamic with the swirly part of himself. I think the biggest thing is his redemption felt rushed. It didn't really get any time to, like, marinate. I think that's because purely he had to split the screen time with Otis. But I loved his strategies using the 60-card deck. I like his Dark Duel Disc. I like his whole, I'm going to be a menace to society, kind of just because I am a menace to society. I don't want to be weak. Like, he's such a simple, like, DM-era classic kind of villain that I really, really like. The biggest thing here is that he should have been able to do more, but what we did get of him, I really, really, really did like. I would swap Nail and Row. That's very fair. That's very fair. Yeah. And lastly, we have the man, the myth, the menace of Rush Duels, Otis. Otis goes down here. I do not like Otis. Now, I will say, in Sevens, I think Otis is better than he is in Go Rush. But I still don't like him that much. Well, he is more actually, you know what? Actually, chat, we should move him to the mixed feelings category, actually. We're just talking about Sevens. You know what? We're just talking about Sevens. This isn't the Go Rush, who I absolutely despise. Okay, we'll give him a bump. In Go Rush, I put Otis down here. We're gonna put him in mixed, we'll bump a tier up. Bump a tier up. Mixed feelings. Okay, that's like, yeah, he's mid. The thing about Otis is that Otis is just undercooked. He is an interesting concept that even in the context of Sevens doesn't really go anywhere. We have, even with me learning about the Sevens book, like, who wrote this book? Why did he suddenly find this random book? I really feel like there was another person, and some of his logic doesn't always make the most sense. Well, he, like, why did he want to make all the children destroy the meme? I guess Otis is also a meme, but, like, he actually had potential to be something more worthwhile, and he's an important enough character where I can't put him in meme. But overall, Otis just is such missed potential. They could have done so much more with Otis, and it's really a shame. Like, well, he is a meta commentary on the state of Yu-Gi-Oh! And the state of Yu-Gi Boomers, but, like, that's why I put him in the mixed feelings unit. That's why I said I bumped him up to mixed feelings. Really good, poor execution. Like, that's what I'm saying. I feel like the mixed feelings categories are the characters I just think were poorly executed. For a point where, like, they had such qualities that were interesting, and then I don't think the show did much with them or not do them well. But that's really, I guess, how my mixed feelings category goes. But Otis, you just frustrate me, and you got a lot worse than Go Rush. But I can say from your original show, I think Otis is here. And I have to remember, because I associate Otis, right, with, like, all of the, like, stuff in the 3rd season of Go Rush that I don't like. So it's kind of hard for me to separate him, but I have to just remember we're just looking at Sevens here. We're not looking. But yeah. I do think, because I know that Sevens had production issues. There was probably, like, almost 10 episodes. I don't know how many that they didn't get. And I'm guessing in those episodes, we would have had more to do with Otis. But yeah, again, these are no particular order, really. Like, arguably Yuga's in the top 10, but I put him in the Ding of Duels tier. I don't know actually how I'd rank the top 10. And I'm going to do that on my Twitter. I need some time to think about it after stream. Then I'm going to post that, my final rankings of the top 5. But I have the top 10. And yeah, so that's going to be it for this video. I am streaming predominantly now, kind of gonna be switching over to Twitch. So twitch.tv/rarityfangirl if you guys would like to see more streams. I stream Duel Links. I'm gonna be streaming the Go Rush dub when it comes back. Streaming a bunch of fun stuff, card game, as well as other things, also Vanguard as well. All right, everybody. I hope you have a good rest of your day, YouTube. And I'll see you guys later. Stay happy and healthy, guys. And bye. Bye-bye, YouTube.